a general reading and a few astrological notes on the craziness that we're all feeling these days. In addition to lockdowns, quarantines, and viruses, we also have some major political things going on and some fairly significant dynamics within our families and even deep down inside. We're all transforming and we're all just trying to keep up with the changes. But right now seems to be a time of really clearing out the past and letting things go, moving forward only when we're completely certain. And so we're getting a bit of support from the planets. I'm going to say support as opposed to challenging because, it's all in perspective, right? But May's pretty intense in terms of its alignments and various happenings. So I'm just going to go through my list. It's taken me a few days to put this information together, and I am behind on these reports. As you can see, it's, May the 4th. So, I'm going to just start with May 5th. So that's tomorrow in my world. Who knows when you're going to be reading this, but I'm sure it'll be helpful then as well. May 5th is the big lunar nodes are changing. So for the last 18 months or so, we've been dealing with, 18 months, we've been dealing with Cancer and Capricorn, the Cancer-Capricorn cycle. And so one of the interesting things that I found when I did the research was that when the lunar nodes are in Cancer and Capricorn, it tends to herald important points in history. And ironically enough, just at the tail end of Cancer and Capricorn, the last time that it happened, we were gifted with 9/11. So a couple of months ahead of this switch up, well, I don't need to tell you where we're at. So thankfully, we're going to be moving into the Gemini Sagittarius cycle of the lunar nodes, which is a much lighter energy. Capricorn and Cancer, these are, the themes around both of those signs. With Cancer, it's very much around family and your intimate, closest home type relationships with your mother, and so on. In Capricorn, it's about your work-life balance. And Capricorn is very disciplined and not about fun at all. So we're flipping out of that archetype and into the Gemini Sagittarius one. But before we can truly enjoy those dynamics, like I said, later in the fall, we have Venus going retrograde. So there's purpose in that. And Venus is in retrograde from May 13th until June 25th. But just like Mercury retrograde, we have shadow periods in front and at the tail end. So really we're not clear of this Venus retrograde cycle until about July 29th. This particular Venus retrograde will be very testing to all of our closest relationships, severe in some cases, and that coincides with when Venus is square Neptune. So that happened on May 3rd, so that was yesterday, and it'll be happening again on the 20th, and then again July 27th. So these are points where it brings a lot of tension, and there's a lot of questioning as to what's real and what's imagined. So things also like mental health crises can also occur during these times. And, Venus retrograde only does this once every year and a half to 2 years. So the last time that we went through this, it was in Scorpio in 2018. And that was all about death, rebirth, and transformation. So this time around, in terms of the global aspect of things, the kinds of dynamics that can occur during this time are things like civil war, because freedom of expression, the Gemini aspect of freedom of speech and expression, the themes tend to be pushed way up front. The other thing that's happening is May 16th to the 20th is when our sun is in alignment with Alcyon which is the galactic center. So at this time, for about 4 days, we're going to get blasted with a whole bunch of divine feminine energy, which is great, but it can also bring a bit of chaos. And in the mix with everything else, it's definitely a time to stay alert. Continuing with our theme of Gemini, May 22nd, we have a new moon in Gemini. And this is going to be sort of our, if I were to make any plans to do anything, of course, within reason, within our current circumstances, May 22nd would definitely be the day. It's going to be the day when we're going to be feeling a little lighter and probably a little bit more motivated, maybe not as consumed by the fear energies that have been swirling around us all for the last couple of months. But I do want to also caution you that we are also coming into the eclipse cycles. So June 5th, we're going to be dealing with an eclipse that has some very, very severe aspects to it. So watch out for being impulsive, losing control of your temper, and also there is the danger of war. And if you do live in an area where earthquakes are common, you may want to take extra precautions around the first week of June. So that's about all that I have for now, but I hope you enjoy your readings, and I'll be back with more this month. Thanks again for joining me. Hey there, Gemini. Welcome back to Bon Equitero. This is your May general reading. So I hope you're well. So sorry for the delay. It's been a while, but I've been getting settled into my new digs. And so I'll be, now I'm set up. And I'll be doing lots of videos now. I'm excited. So let's see what the cards have to say for Gemini for the month of May. All right, Gemini, so I should prepare you that this month is about, a little bit of struggle here and there. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Interesting themes. So, yeah, lots of us are looking forward, and lots of us have got opportunities in front of us that we're not really seeing. So you might want to double check that. Ooh, the devil. It's the foundation. Oh, temptation, addiction, doubt. Interesting. Geminis do have, the angel and the devil on the shoulder, so hopefully the choice isn't too difficult. Okay, yeah. With all the changes happening around this global lockdown, we're each struggling with things that we're grieving, that have, the circumstances that have changed permanently for us, that affected the way we work, the way we relate to people, and obviously the way we socialize. And for Gemini, who is definitely someone who likes to socialize, this is got to be a tough time. All right, yeah, we've got some anxiety, lots of internal stuff going on for Gemini, I think. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Okay. So let's see here. Yeah. Sorry for the glare, folks. Just trying to, figure my stuff out here. All right. So the hidden energies for Gemini for this month is the High Priestess. So there we go. There she is. Check her out. She's one of my favorites for sure. So here's the thing about the High Priestess. The High Priestess can signify a strong intuition. It can also signify secrets, and or maybe even a little bit of both. Gemini, you could be contemplating the direction that your future, what direction your future is taking. You've been thinking about it for some time now. You've been really trying to figure out what direction is the best for you to go into, but you're second guessing yourself around the block in circles, it feels like. And you really are hermiting away, and it's kind of got the people around you a bit anxious, gotta say, because they don't really know what to make of you right now. And yeah, I don't see anything. I think you're just thinking, I think you're just trying to make the best decisions for you and the people that you love, the people who depend on you at work and at home. You are feeling a little nostalgic for family. You're probably feeling like you're missing your family right now. And you may be trying to manifest a way to get closer to them. Because something around this whole situation, obviously, it's affected us. It's affected us all. But you're very sad about the things that you've lost as a result of the situation. And, it could be that in this sadness, you're tempted to maybe drink a little too much or indulge in previous addictions kind of deal. But let's get the little cards out and see if we can get some clarification on some of these cards. All right, so in terms of where you want them to go, let's take a look. Ooh, too many. There's one. Oh, we're so sad. That's double. See, they're the same cards. So, yeah, you're definitely grieving the way things were, and you really don't know what to do. But, inspiration's going to come to you, because you are taking this time to, really go within, and find the wisdom that you have from dealing with situations where you've had the rug pulled out from underneath you before. You can handle this. There also could be a Virgo somewhere in this situation, but maybe not. It's really more about you. You also could have a Virgo in your chart. So in terms of what it is that you can't see in terms of opportunity, well, it's because you're tired. So maybe you need to get some rest. Maybe you need to stop thinking so much. Don't stay up late and be anxious. Get some rest and lean into your family. Lean into the people that you share that you share home with. You know, take a break from thinking and relax, because you're freaking people out a bit. Just saying. And with the devil, yeah. There could be something around you that's tempting you in ways that it's tempted you in the past, and you've succumbed to that temptation. But at this point, you're articulating your boundaries really well. You know, you've got some good self-discipline going on. You know, you have strength, see? And you're able to communicate your boundaries, and you're feeling stronger about that. So that's awesome. Congratulations, Gemini, because that's tough. That's something everybody's working on. So in the past with the Chariot, yeah, moving forward in a relationship, in a partnership, you know, this was where you were headed for, but now things have changed. And geez, where's it going? Where's it going? Oh, well, whatever's happening, it's going to bring, you know, it's going to bring justice to the situation. You also could be dealing with a Libra somewhere, or someone who's got Libra in their chart. So in terms of your grief, just be patient with yourself. You know, a lot of us, you know, have such enormous expectations as to how we're dealing with things. I should also say too that this is the card for Sagittarius, and the lunar nodes just changed from Cancer and Capricorn to Gemini and Sagittarius. So you're going to find that Gemini, you know, you got a bit of the spotlight on you for the next little while, emotionally anyway. And, you know, the counterbalance with Sagittarius is going to be a theme for you over the next year and a half. Okay, so if you're noticing a significant shift in energies in your life, this is one of the reasons why, especially with regards to your emotions. So yeah, you know, the Magician, you've got perhaps a fire sign around you, or maybe you're embodying those qualities of the King of Wands. You know, you're hot, you're inspired, and you're making shit happen. You know, like what's hotter than that? But again, you know, it's like it's a solo project. What am I seeing here? So yeah, you're taking on like Virgo qualities with respect to this too. You know, very organized, very structured, methodical, and you know, it's like you're the boss, and people are taking notice of it. Yeah, this is you know, your new fire. It's a whole new spark, whole new direction, and you can feel it coming, and it's brewing inside of you. So, what advice can we give for the people around you? Manifest with me. You wanna stop being anxious? Tell the people around you who are nervous to, you know, make their own plan. You know? Or give you the space and time that you need in order to manifest what you're planting the seeds for. So let's take a look at your hopes and fears in terms of nostalgia. I'll tell you, you know, it's never a good idea to get stuck in nostalgia, especially around times like this. You know, it really is a time to be open to the fresh perspectives of things. Oh, and there may be some lies in the past that, like, you have to turn your back on deception. Whether it's you who's been using that as a tool, or the people that you've been working with, gotta go. It's not gonna work. You're gonna sabotage it if you bring lies in. And so we've got the Page of Cups. So this is, a rich offer that's coming towards you. You're going to have to balance it out with all the other things that you're doing. It could be a love relationship. You could be moving from one relationship into another. Let's see here. Or it's just, it's a new beginning in an existing relationship. As you're kind of, doing your balancing act from whatever it is you were creating in the past, perhaps your lover has been a little bit nervous as to where you're going to take things in the future, how you're going to provide for the family and whatnot. So it's kind of, it's brought about a new, like a reawakening. And with all the planets in retrograde, it only makes sense. And, for you to have a restart in your emotional life at this point would be very appropriate with the lunar node shift for you. So, let's see what the energies are. Yeah, you're a little confused right now because there's so many options swirling around and it's like, what am I going to pick? Well, guess what? You've got until about August, September before you really have to move forward on it. So I would just, focus on, keeping the people in your family and in your home environment relaxed and confident that everything's going to be fine. Your plans for the future are solid, and you don't really have to spend too much time thinking about them. You've already been manifesting like crazy. You are the manifester, so chill out. Have a beer. Have a laugh. All right? So Gemini, I hope you found this helpful. And if you are interested in a personal reading, just find me at Bonaco Tarot on Facebook and pop me a message there. All right? Thanks for joining me.